I remember staring at your hands and your silver rings.
The best art is created out of an expression of creativity onto a physical form, by painting it, by writing it, by shooting it, by drawing it, or by playing it. But Mary and the Junkyard's music feels like they're doing it all at once. In their sound, they create this wonderfully immersive world. Every spice of life, every fluttering note, every tasteful drum hit creates this grand vision of an overwhelming yet beautiful cacophony of nature. Mary and the Junkyard are a band composed of lead vocalist and guitarist Clary, viola player and bassist Saya, and drummer David. The way this trio has shook up the new resurgence of the London/windmill scene is staggering to me. They've only just started and already seem completely in tune with their sound, completely in control of every single element of their stuff.
Mary's a nice name.
And the world is a junkyard.
Yeah, the world is a junkyard and Mary is a nice name.
This sentence, while seemingly trivial at first, I think completely describes the exact pocket of expression the band finds themselves in. In this video, I'll talk about their discography. They have only 5 songs out right now, an EP that came out earlier this year, and their breakout single, Tuesday.
Widen my horizons, please.
Tuesday is an amalgamation of overwhelming feelings of uncertainty and the harsh, terrifying, and cold nature of being in a place that makes you feel small and insignificant. The narrator is new in this environment, a city, and tries to acclimate to its nature. Tries to, quote, close my eyes and see myself high above the city. But when she wakes up, presumably on the Tuesday, the day after her attempt to acclimate, she still hasn't gotten used to it yet. She still feels alien, and the harshness of the locals ruin her day even more. The instrumental moves in the same way. It starts cold, uncertain, and floating above the surface, avoiding any semblance of tangibility. And then it kicks in. The drums pummel aggressively while the bass cyclically repeats and entwines itself deeper and deeper into the listener's ears. The whole soundscape creates this constantly evolving and progressing feeling of dread. The progression makes me think of a shepherd's tone, a sound constantly building up and up, without slowing down or ever coming to any tangible conclusion. It makes you feel paranoid and uneasy. The waiting for a conclusion, the waiting for finally getting used to a place, never ends in the song. At the end, she repeats the same line, feeling like she's close, but that feeling of sadness returning again and again, while the world punishes her for trying. Obviously, this song is incredibly dark and ominous, and that persists on their debut EP, but there are glimpses of light that show the beauty in life as well. A bright light shining and illuminating the dark vastness of the night. This Old House opens with Ghost, a floaty and expressionistic take on feeling invisible and the desire for connection. The song starts with this incredibly infectious howl that repeats in the song a couple times. It not only creates an incredibly vivid and immersive soundscape, it also serves a purpose in the narrative of the track. The track starts from a point of desire. The narrator is with their friends and wants deeply to be connected with them. But anytime she tries and quote-unquote howls to them, they don't even notice. They pass right through her. The instrumental is drenched in a thick layer of reverb that creates this fleeting feeling in the section. In the chorus where the narrator howls, the instrumental gets more intense, as if it's trying to cast attention to itself. On the visual side of Mary and the Junkyard, the band like to create characters. The single cover for this song and the music video both feature a moth. In the video, the moth is drawn to the light and tries desperately to connect to it. When the moth enters the home and connects with the light, the moth turns into a person. The song ends in that exact way. The last chorus ends with the singer howling, and the other band members joining her, like wolves enthusiastically echoing each other, symbolizing her being noticed and the connection being made.
I've been howling at you, but you see right through it. You pass right through it.
marble arch starts with the same theme of desire for connection, this time with the narrator's sister. She feels like she wants to see them after a long time of being apart from each other. But every time she tries to establish contact, she fails to do so because of the gap that is created between them, because of the separate and vastly different lives they lead. Perfectly articulated in this line: you get eaten up by the city and the dust and the smoke and the rain. There's such a fantastic balance in the instrumentation of portraying emotional anger and deeply engraved love. In the bridge of the track, the subject matter gets more positive, and the narrator acknowledges the loving memories that they had together. This moment is so incredibly lucid and cinematic. The way that these memories flash by in this section is just so immersive and grand. And after that, immediately the trembling fear of loneliness dissipates and the instrumental reaches a very positive conclusion. I just want to highlight the excellent chemistry of the band members here. The song starts off with a haunting and fleeting viola section by Saya before bursting out into a very delicate yet menacing groove with the muted drums by David and the beautifully simplistic guitar line by Chloe. The minimalism of this track just shows not only the pure virtuosity of every member, but also their patient and reserved pockets they create for each other. They seem completely connected with one another. This song is about a strong feeling of isolation, about how isolation can nullify the excitement and wonder of life, make everything feel stationary, unchanging, and lifeless. The song symbolizes this with flies getting stuck in the narrator's eyes and the aching wait for their eventual death. This song makes that ache insanely infectious. You just feel like you're slowly turning into stone. And then there's Teeth, a terrifying and overwhelming blend of harrowing post-apocalyptic instrumentation and the last embers of light with the vocals and viola. Every ounce of the atmosphere here is drenched in corrosion, twisting itself into different tones and styles, all in this harrowing tale of a toxic relationship, where toxic power dynamics completely destroys the feelings of love, completely devolving into a constant battle for dominance. It uses imagery of the two people in the relationship being kind of like vampires, constantly biting each other to make them intangible with one another, but also to hurt them to a point where contempt and aggression starts to build up between them. As the song progresses, this built-up emotion slowly erupts and bursts into a climax of raw and harrowing emotion. The instrumentation completely implodes on itself and destroys everything in its wake. The EP ends with the title drop of the name, This Old House. The entire EP explores ideas of shelter, whether it is in a familiar or unfamiliar place, or in a relationship. We look back at this old house, a place filled with nostalgic mixed emotions of a history of sorrow and happiness. Now it's stuck in the junkyard, unreachable and foreign. What I love so much about Mary and the Junkyard's approach to storytelling and soundscapes is that it completely understands the human aspect of uncertainty and anxiety. It doesn't glorify the feelings of anguish. It doesn't nullify them either. With disconnection between the listener and the music, it understands that these feelings are part of who we are. And we can find solace and bliss in the connections that we make because of these feelings. The world is a junkyard. It can be incredibly overwhelming, harsh, and destructive. Everything can feel cast off and forgotten, lost to time, and stationary. But Mary is a nice name. This gets mixed with feelings of humanity, kinship, and connection. The beauty in life makes this world full of junk worth living. To traverse yourself through the oceans of darkness to find glimpses of light. That is what Mary in the Junkyard embodies, not only through their incredible music, but also through their name. Hi, thank you for watching the video. So I thought I'd just add this section because, funnily enough, 2 more songs came out since I started working on this project. So this covered 5 songs in their catalog, and they have 2 more songs out right now. This is My California and Bear Walk. Now, I think these tracks are excellent in their own way, and they're very different from the EP. So that's why I kind of chose to not include them, because the style for this video is very like intricate, and it, you know, it's a hard video to make. I love these tracks. This is My California has an excellent kind of shoegazy feeling to it, which makes it super unique in their catalog. It just shows the variation they can have in their stuff. They're really original. The lyricism is, of course, awesome. And Bear Walk just completely strips it all down. It reminded me a lot of like a Big Thief track or a Haley Hendrix track. There's a lot of minimalism going on in that track, and I think that really supplements the lyricism and the songwriting very well. Yeah, I just love it. What a fucking band. Holy shit. It's hard in this scene, in the current like music atmosphere, to create something truly unique. We've seen a wave of just new artists making very like explosive and experimental and beautiful stuff like Black Country Road and Black Midi, Squid. But, you know, there's so many other bands that try to explore these areas, but, you know, it just doesn't work as well. And that's what makes Mary in the Junkyard so special. Their stuff is artistic, it's trying to say something, it does something completely new, and their sound is just completely infectious. I mean, in my opinion, this band will be gigantic in no time, and I can't wait to see them live again. They are incredible live, so you should definitely see them. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and this little appendix to the video itself. I might do this more often if a project demands it. I am currently still working hard on the Spiderland video. It's turning out to be really good, but yeah, it needs a lot more time to cook up. But I have some other projects that I'm going to do in between, so I am going to be more active than the almost year of inactivity. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.